Well, welcome to Real Talk. I'm delighted today to be here with Rebecca Smith.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're more than welcome. Rebecca is the Director of Marketing here at Criteria for Success. Recently, Rebecca came to my chapter at the Women Presidents Organization, and she gave us a 2-hour presentation on content marketing, and more specifically on inbound marketing. And it was such a huge success. I said, we really have to bring it to a larger audience. So I'm delighted to have Rebecca here today to talk to you about how you can use it to grow your business. Rebecca works with CEOs and CMOs of some of the best known companies. And so, Rebecca, I asked you to think about 3 pearls of wisdom that you would like to give to business owners on marketing. And in this segment, I'm going to ask you to start with that first pearl.
Sure. Very happy to do so. The first pearl of wisdom that I would share is that you have to know your buyers. Knowing your buyers is the first and most important step in inbound marketing and in marketing and sales in general. It's so important, and a lot of times it's easy to think in very broad terms when we think about our client base and our ideal buyers. But in the inbound marketing world, we use a term that's called a buyer persona. And a buyer persona is a semi-fictional representation of your ideal buyer. And what that means is that you go out into the world and you do market research, you interview your current customers and clients, and discover what is it that they are made out of. And not just the simple things like title and role and things like that, demographics, but also a little bit deeper. What is important to you? What problems do you have? And what needs do you have? And as well, what are you searching for? What are your ideal buyers searching for when they're looking for a product or a service that you provide?
So that was really a challenge for a number of the CEOs that were sitting around that table. And, one of them said, oh my God, I've been in, I've had my business for 17 years and I don't know what the persona or what the various personas are of my clients. So what would you say would be the first thing a company should do to determine buyer personas?
Sure. So the action item that I would recommend in this case is to have your company and your team work together to create those buyer personas. And the best way to do that is by creating actual buyer personas using a buyer persona template. I'm happy to provide that to your audience as well. I actually have it all put together and ready to go. If you need one, please send me an email at rsmith@criteriaforsuccess.com, and I'm happy to provide that. And essentially, I recommend begin with 3, but most companies have at least 5 or 6, some depending on what you are selling. If you are selling a product versus a service, might have up to 20. It all depends, but I definitely recommend hyper-targeting 3 to 5 and responding to every question on that buyer persona sheet to fill in all those gaps. And a great exercise that I also recommend doing in this case is have everyone at your company do it independently. And then get together, form a meeting, and gather all that data together so that you can really build out your buyer personas in a real and specific way. Because you might find that as the CEO, you may not think about certain little details that perhaps your marketing team or even your customer service team might be thinking about in a different way.
And when you have found that clients actually go through this exercise, what changes for them?
Well, that's a great question. What really is so cool about the buyer persona build-out process is that you are now able to provide valuable insights to your audience in a new way that's hyper-targeted towards them. It's not a broad piece of content. Sometimes we see ads that are very broad, right? And, maybe an advertisement for a car, this could appeal to anyone.
Right.
But if a car dealership or, a car manufacturer was to take a buyer persona and say, this is a minivan, and I'm going to target this minivan on busy moms with young children. They're going to hyper-target those advertisements and that content around that specific buyer and say, I want to appeal to moms that are busy and don't have a lot of time, need a lot of space for their kids, after school activities and that kind of thing. And, you're able to really focus on that person and provide not just your product in a way that's valuable to them, but other content that's going to improve their life and their company, hopefully, as well.
Absolutely. So I think this is imperative for everyone in the audience to really do this exercise of buyer persona. The other thing that's really wonderful about it is it entails the research and reaching out to your clients
Yes.
to understand them better.
Yes.
And I have found that many clients actually get more business in the door in even executing this as an exercise.
Yes, that's a fantastic point.
So again, you can reach Rebecca at rsmith@criteriaforsuccess.com, and you'll be able to get her exercise on buyer persona.
Yes.
Thank you.